Hello, hello, brothers and sisters. It's a new week, and we are very happy to welcome you to our show titled Speak of Africa. Speak of Africa. There's a whole lot of news breaking out, and we're going to share a lot of the news with you. How was Africa last week? Well, so much happened, and we want to just make sense out of what has happened. Today, we're going to spend a lot of time talking about jihadism and how it affects a lot of countries in Africa. Jihad means a holy war to the Muslims. Of course, most of you are familiar with the presence of Islam in a lot of African countries. If you look at your average country in Africa, Muslims tend to be in the northern part, then the Christians tend to be in the southern part. But at the same time, Africa tends to be a battleground of three different belief systems, according to one of my professors, Ali Masri. You have the indigenous African belief, you have Christianity, and you have Islam. When you look at Islam in Africa, which is what going to be the focus of our show of today, we just saw that there's been a coup d'etat in Burkina Faso. This is the second coup d'etat. The first coup d'etat took place in January, and it's not even December yet. Burkina Faso has had a second coup d'etat. Why? Ibrahim Traoré is the new strongman. Damiba has been kicked out. So much is really happening. We're going to go into Burkina Faso in a minute, but we're just preparing the groundwork for you to understand why we want to start looking at jihadism in Africa, so that you understand what this phenomenon is all about, what is fueling the presence of insecurity. Jihadism is creating a whole lot of insecurity in Africa. When you look at Islam, you have like two variants of Islam. You have Sunni Islam and Shiite Islam. Okay, with the death of the Prophet Muhammad on June 8th, 1632, after the death of Jesus Christ, Islam split into two parts. There were two schools. One school said, because the Prophet Muhammad never named a successor, they wanted somebody from his family to be a successor. Other followers said no. They just want any other person who is a Muslim to succeed the Prophet Muhammad. Because of this conflict, two schools emerged. The Sunni school was a school that was the majority, 85%. They said they wanted any other person who is a follower of the Prophet Muhammad to become their new leader. By contrast, the Shia said Ali, a relative of the Prophet Muhammad, has to become the leader of the faith. So because of this conflict, so Shiite, they have probably just like 15%, whereas Sunni, which is practiced mostly like in Saudi Arabia and other parts of the world, has over 85%. So you have this conflict between the two schools. And today in Africa, the interplay of this conflict between Sunni Islam and Shiite Islam is taking place in broad daylight, and we're seeing the repercussions. So each one is fighting for dominion in Africa. They are fighting for the hearts and minds of a typical African. So why is Islam really fighting so much? It's because they are trying to convert a lot of people. The more converts you have, as a Muslim, it means you're doing something good. To be a good Muslim, you have to fight the holy war. And that's the belief system. Even though Christianity dominates in a lot of these places, but you've had a whole lot of Muslim preachers who have been able to take advantage of social problems to propose and promote a certain brand of Islam, a very strict brand of Islam, which says the decadence of the Western world is the root cause of your problem as an African. So the disaffected youth are buying into this propaganda, but the repercussions are there. Then some of the African leaders have become gullible because they are following the West blindly. As a result, the disaffected youth do not want to see eye to eye with this decadent colonial leaders. And this sets the stage for what is happening now in Africa. But before we continue, we want to say thank you to all our subscribers. Our numbers are going up. Thank you to all our viewers. And we've noticed that, like this week, you send us so many videos. We say thank you very much. Thank you for sending us those videos and continue to send us the videos. We may not be able to mention all your videos on this show, but we're going to use them. We told you before that we've created a website called theafricannation.com, but we've also created a platform called afrique.com. Afrique.com is a social media channel, just like Facebook. You send us so many videos. Now we want to start sharing these videos with all our people on afrique.com. So we're going to upload a lot of the videos that you're going to be sending to us now on afrique.com. If you have a new video, instead of even just sending it to me, go ahead and upload it on afrique.com. It's very, very easy. You don't even need to sign in. If you have Gmail, Facebook, LinkedIn, or any other social media platform, you can log in with it. Then you can upload your content. Then we'll share it with many of our brothers and sisters. So this is how our new movement is going to take off. We want to start sharing this information. So don't think that we have ignored you if you don't see us use our video today. Just know that we've uploaded it on afrique.com. Because more and more people are going to be seeing your video on afrique.com. So when we look at Africa today, Ambazonia, La République du Cameroun, how does this play out? Islam is very, very popular in the north of the country. During the time of Ahmadu Ahijo, the Christians and the Muslims were living in peace. But the Paul Biya regime has been able to antagonize a lot of these Muslims. And this is why the Boko Haram menace is very, very powerful in the north of La République du Cameroun. And you can see this menace. A lot of folks are dying because of this. The Cameroon problem is not only limited to Boko Haram, even though this is part of the theme, as we're talking about jihadism. Okay? The people want to fight a jihad, and they feel like this is a holy war. As Muslims, they are fighting against infidels. Western civilization is bad. They want to fight against it. Because of the politics of exclusion, which is what my former professor, George Bernard Ayite, used to say. The politics of exclusion means that the way the African leaders are leading their country, they have the national cake, but they don't want to share this cake with every citizen. They form a small club, a band of just a few kleptocrats, then they siphon all the resources of the country. They share these resources with their colonial masters. Then the average citizen dies of poverty. In fact, this is what has been fueling the movement of Africans out of Africa to Europe. Even in Cameroon, you see a lot of people leaving La République du Cameroun to travel to greener pastures in Europe because things are not working well. Things are even worse when you look at what is happening in Ambazonia. You guys did a fantastic job. You sent us so many videos. We see No Piri, okay? Field Marshal No Piri. People have been asking us, where is Field Marshal No Piri? He was there inspecting and looking at his troops, okay, commanding the troops. He was inspecting and commanding his troops. So people saw No Piri again.
population were coming in back into the Kaikom after the procession round town.
Then, of course, you have the other restoration fighters, okay? ADF took part in the march. Then you have the Buffaloes, the Mountain Lions. Then many other generals and their groups were really on display.
You can see the Major General himself, alongside with his battalion, his well-organized and trained soldiers, taking him to his sitting position. You can see it by yourself. It is not easy happening live in Kumbu. Today, the 1st of October, 2022. You can see the Major General taking his seat.
Commandos, and we give a warm salute to our Major General. And then we will have another demonstration. Another demonstration ongoing by our well-trained elite force. And then we'll have a real demonstration.
You can see happening. The well-trained soldiers of Major General Tokandu, well-trained soldiers and disciplined soldiers. You can see happening live. You can see the civilians enjoying themselves, enjoying their Independence Day, 1st of October 2022. You can see the civilians enjoying, celebrating alongside with their Major General. You can see the Major General himself, Major General Tokandu from Kumbu, under His Excellency Dr. Samuel Sako Ekome, the President of the Federal Ambazonia.
This is October 1st, 2022, happening live in Bui County, Kikaikom to be precise. These are the civilians who came out to say they are not afraid. There is a marvelous group here.
We noticed that they were really wearing a lot of masks because they didn't want people to recognize them. We think that's a good move because you don't want to, you're a guerrilla, so you want to be hidden. You don't want people to know who you are. Because when people know who you are, they target you. In fact, that's how the military of La République, these satanic soldiers, that's how they get you because they see your face and they start looking for you. So we think it's a good move that most of the restoration fighters of Ambazonia are hiding their faces. It's a very, very good move.
Today is Saturday, 1st of October 2022. The soldiers of the Bui Warriors ARFs, the Major General and the traditional cabinet rises to salute the warriors as they march past the ceremonial ground. These are disciplined soldiers, well-trained soldiers, respected and respectful. You see them march here in their numbers. We put our hands together for Major General Tokandu, as it is not always an easy thing for him to rule such a magnitude of soldiers. You can equally see the town criers marching with their peace plans to tell the world that they are out for peace and nothing. Major General Tokandu and his boys today, 1st October 2022. Their procession around town. The king of the boys, Major General Tokandu, the warriors. You can see him display. Major General Tokandu like in Kumbu, in his traditional regalia. Civilian population turn out. Shall we put our hands together as they make past the ceremonial ground?
So the action is just so blatant. On another video, we saw some of the restoration fighters chasing La République Satanic soldiers. So that's how they were able to organize their march pass, and people were asking, when these guys were organizing all these march pass, where were the soldiers of La République Cameroun? They had chased them away and they were afraid, because most of those soldiers don't want to come close to the Ambazonian guys. You can see that they have a lot of more weapons, and you can see that there are so many guys who have been recruited into the movement. So if people told you the Ambazonian revolution is dying, then they don't really know what is happening on the ground. You guys have proven, you've sent me so many videos, and I'm going to share this with the world so that the world should know that the Ambazonian movement is alive, it's well, it's growing. La République will kill a lot of the soldiers. They will make noise, oh, we've killed General this, we've killed General that. But tomorrow, 50 more generals will come up. And I think if the Paul Biya government is smart enough, they will watch most of the videos we're sharing on this show and the videos we're going to share on Afrique. Then they will see the enormity of the problem. There are so many fighters now. It looks like the more they kill the fighters, the more the movement is recruiting more fighters to join their ranks. So the problem is really worse. We think they need to look at all these videos to think twice that this is a problem that needs a solution. Real dialogue, that's what will solve this problem. Real dialogue. And you can see that even a lot of the Ambazonia movement, Sissoko Ayoktabe, we saw his own IG. Samuel Isako, we saw his IG. And now, Chris Ano, we also saw his IG. Okay? Then, of course, we saw pictures of Chris Ano in Nigeria, visiting people on ground one. And we think that was a salutary move. But we did not like the fact that some Ambazonians were criticizing Chris Ano for going to Nigeria to visit the refugees on ground one. And they were making funny videos saying, Chris Ano don't come with this, he poison, this and that.
Chris Ano don't come up for white man country for can't fool them. They declare say they can't get chop, say na character they want get chop. Why na Chris Ano papa una be kiss him? Na refugee they never Chris Ano the fool am. Na Chris Ano don't come for Nigeria. He can't deceive refugee them. Na in the Chris Ano don't come Nigeria, they can't deceive. After we don't kill people there for Cameroon. Chris Ano don't come Nigeria. He can't deceive refugee them because of Langa chop. Chris Ano the one can kill refugee them. Now we will talk so. Chris Ano don't come for Nigeria, they can't deceive people there because of small spaghetti with Indomie.
Those are not good comments for a movement. Just like the former US Mr. Africa, Thibon Ag, or some people call him Thibon Agi, under Donald Trump. He's been stating the fact that so long as Ambazonians remain divided, then they will never reach their goal. He compares the Ambazonian revolution to the American Revolution. It's true, in every revolution, like in America, you had the loyalists and the nationalists. The royalists were supporting the British Crown, the nationalists were supporting the United States. But eventually, the nationalists won over the royalists. Okay? The same thing needs to happen to Ambazonia. Some people may be saying we are for federalism. Some people will say, oh, we are for total independence. Eventually, those who are for total independence are going to hold sway and win over the federalists, which is what we are predicting from what we're seeing. Okay? But some of the folks who like to backbite, talk negative things about their friends, that needs to end. You cannot be building a revolution, then you bicker, saying negative things about your brother and sister. That's not good. That's not good. So we're really warning you. An American who has understood your problem, Mr. Thibon Agi, is advising you. Every time I read his tweets on Twitter, he just looks at as Ambazonia as foolish people. He says it, he gives advice, but the people don't listen. Everybody wants to be a president. Oh, I'm President Marianta. Oh, I'm President Sako. Oh, I'm President Ayok Sissoko. Oh, I'm Egov C. Ayabacho. So the division is just too much, and this is what is hurting the movement. We've seen, when you even look at the pictures you see on October 1st, you see how divided the Ambazonian people are. So many. They're all divided. Everybody wants to be president. Everybody wants to have his own movement. So now there is a call for unity. If you guys want to go to Boya, Mr. Paul Biya already recognizes that you guys have a destination called Boya. In one of the videos We're going to show you how Mr. Paul Biya is talking about Biya in this video. Paul Biya talks about Biya. Listen.
History has not forgotten that Biya was the headquarters of West Cameroon. History has not forgotten that Biya was the capital of southern Cameroon. And history has not forgotten that Biya was once the capital of German Cameroon. That is why I say that Biya is a historic town. I am proud, very proud to be in Biya, proud to walk on the same soil like our heroes.
Biya is a historic town. It's the capital of the former West Cameroon, capital of Southern Cameroon, okay? Mr. Biya acknowledges it. He knows the history. He may be playing politics with black legs and fools, but he knows the history of that part of the world. So for the first time, we're really telling our people, this is a call for unity, okay? You cannot get a country if you continue fighting among yourselves. As the Bible says, a house divided falls, right? If your house is divided, you cannot stand. It cannot stand. And that's why we are really warning you guys today. Try to avoid this disunity. Try to unite. Africa, unite. That's what you need to fight people from outside. And you can see, if you can do this, if you can unite, then you'll be able to fight La République better. Right now, you are really struggling because you are dissipating your energy. You need to be one people, one mission, one destiny. That's how you fight a revolution. Look at what other countries have done, and you can learn from their mistakes. Disunity is the biggest problem in Ambazonia. Perhaps this problem is good because maybe if one person were controlling the whole of the Ambazonia army, he would have sold out to La République. That's the only good thing about this revolution. Everybody cannot sell out at the same time because we don't just have one spokesperson. So next, we leave La République and Ambazonia and we move to Burkina Faso.
Now more than ever, it is critical that medical facilities utilize modern, reliable electronic health records. Introducing Alexia HTC, the innovative, affordable online solution for physicians and patients. Doctors' visits, diagnoses, prescriptions, and billing have never been easier. With Alexia HTC, you can work more efficiently with the integrated flexibility medical professionals need today. Schedule a live demonstration. Call or visit us at alexiahtc.com.
Burkina Faso is really where we really want to spend a lot of time explaining what has happened. Islam is really dominating in this part of the world. The problem in Burkina Faso actually is just like water that overflows from one area and gets to another. When the Western guys and NATO killed Gaddafi, for a long time, Gaddafi has just been the guy who has been safeguarding the stability of that region. He has been fighting the jihadists. He knew how to fight them because he's an African. But once they killed Gaddafi, a lot of the weapons he had became exposed. People started laying hands on these weapons and they started using them. Then some of the weapons that came from Mr. Gaddafi found their place in places like Mali, a lot of that Sahel region. Most of the weapons Gaddafi had were being traded in the whole Sahel region, and which is why today the Sahel region is awash with a lot of weapons. So whatever happened in Mali is spilled over into Burkina Faso. And in Burkina Faso, you actually had a lot of preachers, imams, who were preaching a new type of Islam, an Islam that is revolutionary, an Islam that talks about jihad. Why, as a good Muslim, you have to fight the jihad. So Kabore was overthrown last January because the people felt like he was not really able to handle the encroachment of the jihadists, because the jihadists have been killing a lot of people in Burkina Faso. Then Damiba overthrew Kabore and took power. But the same complaint he made against Kabore, his own teammates, the junta that helped him come to power, started complaining that he is not really focused on fighting the jihadists. And besides, it looks like Damiba was already taking a lot of instructions from Alassane Ouattara of Ivory Coast. So Ivory Coast has been meddling in the affairs of Burkina Faso as a form of rapprochement. But the people of Burkina Faso remember bitterly, Blaise Compaoré is the guy who killed their hero Sankara. So this is not good news. So because of that, a new coup d'etat has just happened on the 30th of September in Burkina Faso. It was led by Ibrahim Traoré. People have been asking us a lot of questions. Why did Damiba fall? Well, we have a lot of information on our website where we explain the causes of the fall of Damiba. For one, he was really a weak leader. He was not a revolutionary leader, because the people want somebody who can fight a revolution. They want somebody who is one of them. Damiba was becoming dictatorial, so the people did not even like him. So that's why it was really easy to depose him. And besides, they felt like he was making friends with the French, who is a bitter enemy of the people of Burkina Faso. People of that country have always wished the French to leave their country. But France doesn't want to leave that country because France loves the resources in that country. So this has really created a problem. Next, we'll take you to Congo DRC. Congo DRC has always had issues. In the east, the United Nations forces, the peacekeeping forces, have really been losing people. A lot of them are dying because some of the militia guys take them out because they feel like they're disturbing them. So even today, as we're taping the show, we saw pictures of UN forces losing their lives in Congo DRC. Then Chad. Chad had a good meeting for national dialogue. But it looks like a lot of the big opposition parties withdrew from this national dialogue because the son of Debi, Mahatma Debi, he wants to still be part of the new government. So how can that be? The people feel if he's going to be part of the new government, then the election will not be free and fair. So we know that there's going to be more trouble in Chad. Okay? Guinea. The bad news is AFCON, the African Football Club, Cup of Nations, have decided that Guinea will not host the Cup come 2025. But the bigger problem in Guinea is the issue with ECOWAS. Mamadi Doumbouya has to deal with ECOWAS. As we speak right now, he's put one of his predecessors, Mamadi Didas Kamara Dadis, Musa Dadis Kamara, they are trying him for the 2009 stadium massacre. So this is going to create a whole lot of shocks in the system because it's going to divide the country. But that's what Mamadi Doumbouya has chosen to do. But there's a positive story in Kenya.
Hey, yo, Shape, I thought you was going to take me to this place so I could get my taxes done. You know I'm trying to buy a new house. What's up?
Let's get it on. If you're searching for a house, call up my man Prince Ojong, the best in real estate. Take it from your guy Shape. When I say his services are the best in the states, word is born. He even take care of your tax forms, back refunds. So come, get your business done. Consultations, financial organization, fast processing. No waiting, this man is amazing. The Prince.
Act now and call Prince Ojong at 240-350-1131. That's 240-350-1131.
When you look at Kenya, William Ruto won the presidency, and you can see a video where he's having his first cabinet meeting. By contrast, in some places like La République du Cameroun, the president never holds any cabinet meetings. He just rules the country by les hautes instructions, which means he just gives instruction like a teleprompter, just like, so do this, do that, do this, do that. So he doesn't meet with his cabinet. So he knows best. So he has to decide whatever happens. From Kenya now, we introduce you to Nigeria. The politics is heating up in Nigeria, heating up very, very hard. Peter Obi, the obedient movement, is growing large, and you're seeing large crowds everywhere. Peter Obi is drawing large crowds. So is this going to translate into a lot of votes? If this happens, then the youth of Nigeria will have a chance for a new beginning, new politics. Otherwise, we'll continue having the whole old politics, which is what Omoyele Sowore was complaining in one of the videos that we can share with you on this channel, that if Tinubu is going to be our president, then he needs to be at a meeting. He cannot be at a hospital while we're meeting.
That doesn't mean that I will not keep saying, pushing my position. It's the same position I have with the people sitting in front. I confronted him, why is he sitting here when Tinubu is not here? You understand? If I was sitting there, I would not stand up for him. Because Tinubu is the one who's supposed to be here. You can't be running Nigeria for presidency in absentia.
So which means Tinubu is going to be the same type of leader that Buhari has been for so many years. Then are you surprised now that Nigerian politics is not working? Are you surprised now that the president is not able to achieve anything? That's why. Because they are electing people who are dead wood. People who don't have the energy to change Nigeria. So the youth have really been following Mr. Peter Obi, and we think that's a positive sign. So which means even if Peter Obi doesn't win the presidential race in 2023, there is hope for the future. The people eventually will make it. They will change Nigeria. Then we'll have another video showing you guys who are really angry. You guys send us the video. The way the Nigerian government is killing a lot of people from the Igbo tribe. This is not nice, but we can share the video with you and you can make your comments. Take a look at the video.
Today, we're going to uncover what the Nigerian government is doing to the Biafran people behind the scene while the world focuses on Ukraine and Russia. Invasion of Biafran people's homes. In this video right here, you can see the Nigerian military forces moving from home to home, villages to villages, shooting and killing Biafran people. You can see the military forces moving, shooting sporadically, but the Nigerian media is not covering this. While the world focuses on Ukraine and Russia conflict, Nigerian government is secretly going to villages belonging to the Biafran people, killing, burning houses down. This is a silent genocide that is going on. They control the Nigerian media. They control that. The Nigerian media can't even really report things like this. But it's actually happening. Nigerian government is continuing the 1967, the Biafran War. This is exactly what they are doing, but they're doing it in a silent way.
Finally, we want to go to South Africa. South Africa has a case of McKinsey and Company. We've talked about McKinsey and Company on this show many times. It's one of the big consulting firms, multinational consulting firms, together with Bain Capital. They have been found in corruption charges in South Africa, and these are big consulting companies operating in South Africa. They have been involved in corruption, and it looks like the court has found them guilty, and they're going to make them pay some fines. So this will be a very good lesson for our people who are in Africa. We've come to the end of our show, but we want to tell you, please do not forget to promote the businesses that support us. Alexia HTC, True Health, Urgent Care, Bitech 97, Dynamic Healthcare, Ayuk Tax Service. Okay, these are all businesses we want you to support, okay? Because these businesses make it possible for us to bring you this show every week and for free, and we're developing more resources to help you. Thank you very much, and may God bless you.
Medical practice software is too old. Indeed, all the programs are built on MUMPS, technology of the 1950s, and the programs cost too much money. Epic and Cerner cost billions of dollars. Meditech costs thousands of dollars too. In fact, that's why we created AlexiaHTC.com, a new and free EMR/EHR for doctors. AlexiaHTC.com is built for HIPAA. Yes, magical one-screen technology, ease of use, quick charting, amazing e-prescribing, tight labs integration, multi-office difference, because we believe doctors and patients need a break today. Be the first to test drive AlexiaHTC.com. You have nothing to lose, you have everything to gain. Act now. Call 240-350-1131. Alexia Care Corporation at AlexiaHTC.com. Selling a service or a product? Need buyers? Use the African Nation TV as a channel to reach many viewers. Act now and call Prince Ojong at 240-350-1131. That's 240-350-1131. Act today.